Welcome to the Expander podcast with myself, Sarah-Louise Sutton. I am an intuitive energy healer, channel, Reiki teacher, coach, and mentor, and founder of the Inspirit School of Energy, here to help you on your spiritual journey, to up-level your vibration, to activate your soul and purpose, and ultimately elevate your life and business. It is my intention that through myself and special guests, talking about all things intuition, guidance, channeling, manifesting, healing, and energetics, that you get expanded, you feel inspired, and you receive a giant hug for your soul. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and it is from my heart to yours that I am sending you so much love. Hello, welcome back to the Expander podcast. I hope you're doing wonderful. And I think this is my last episode I'm going to record in Bali on this trip. So on this trip, I mean, who knows when I'll be back, but yeah, that kind of makes me sad. It's already time to leave. But I do have plans, and I'm saying plans loosely, but I do have plans to be in Europe for the summer, like not the UK in Europe, but like mainland Europe. So I'm sad about leaving Bali, but I am equally very excited to see what happens and what's next. But yeah, when I say plan, I'm someone that very much follows soul guidance and guidance from spirit. And so although I have a plan, if I get the message or receive a message to not go or to do something else, do something different, then I will always follow that guidance. So yeah, there's a rough plan, but who knows what will actually happen. So yes, feeling all of that right now. But anyways, I actually really wanted to share on this podcast all about our energy field, because if you follow me on Instagram, you will know how much I talk about our energy field and the importance of it, and just how much influence and impact it has on how we feel, like our actual emotions, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about the world, how we feel like in ourselves, as in how in our authenticity we feel, in our own truth, how much clarity we have. Like our energy field impacts all of this, and we'll go into this more, but this is something I talk about a lot on Instagram, and I've recently just released a brand new meditation, which is free, and this is my second meditation that I've released now that helps you to cleanse your energy field. This one actually also helps you to kind of recharge your energy field as well. I will put the link in the show notes for you to download it and get access to it if you haven't already got it. But I wanted to kind of give more context to it in this episode, because I have tools to help you maintain and look after your energy field, but I kind of just wanted to talk about why. Like, why is it so important? Why does it make such a difference on us and how we feel? And I guess just talk more about it. I mean, I'm very much one of those people that I struggle to prioritize things or do things unless I know the why behind it. I'm not one of those people that can just get told something to do and I can't just do it. Like, I need to know why I'm doing it. So I just feel like I'm not the only one like that. So yeah, I just want to talk more about the energy field in this episode. So yeah, as someone that does what I do, and what I mean by that is the majority of my sessions are energy healing sessions, virtual energy healing sessions, and intuitive sessions. And so I am working on people's energy fields a lot. And what amazes me is that the energy field being impacted and influenced by other people's energy or the environment's energy, honestly, I would say is the number one reason that I see, and the number one thing that is impacting the people that I work with. Like, honestly, on an energetic level, the energy field, I honestly believe is one of the biggest reasons why we can be feeling stuck, stagnant, confused, unable to get clarity, feeling kind of chaotic mentally, like energetically, like not being able to see what your truth is or what you want to do or what the path for you is, not feeling in alignment with yourself. Like, all of these things are huge symptoms, so to speak, of an energy field that is currently holding a lot. And although there's lots of other things that could also be impacting these kind of symptoms, oh my goodness, I cannot even comprehend and even get across the amount of people that have come to me feeling these things. And I can feel that it's coming from the energy field. It's not coming from within them. It's not coming from some sort of imbalance within them. It's coming from their energy field. And they have an energy healing and activation and clear their energy field. And they feel like brand new people because we've kind of dealt with what was causing it. And it amazes me how often I see this. Like, I can't even get the words across with how often this happens. And obviously, like I said, there's other things that might be causing this as well, but I would just always start with the energy field because it is, a really quick fix if it is coming from that. And I guess the easiest way that I like to explain what kind of happens to us on an energetic level, and this is just a visual representation, isn't technically what is happening, but if you imagine that your energy field that is just kind of a few inches, but it can be much bigger than that, away from your physical body, if you imagine that that is an extension of your inner energy, it's kind of like this, it's kind of like this overflow, if you like, of energy that's going on within you, and it kind of spills out outside of you, right? That's how you can kind of visualize it. So it's kind of like this extension of you. And let's just say, for the purpose of this visualization, that it's kind of like a cloud. It's kind of like a cloud surrounding you. And let's say yours is pink. Now, when you're interacting with somebody, and you are, that could be in person that you're interacting with them, but that could also very much be virtually you are interacting with them. And let's say, for example, their cloud, their energy field is blue. Now, when you're interacting with them, if you don't have the awareness of energy, so to speak, and what could easily be happening, and if you aren't protecting yourself, if you aren't cleansing yourself, then what kind of happens when we interact with people, and this is definitely heightened if you are very sensitive to energy, is that their blue cloud essentially starts to get a little mixed up in with your pink cloud. And so a little kind of another visualization for you is if you were to put like a drop of so random, I don't know why this is what's coming through, but if you put a drop of olive oil on a plate and then you put a drop of balsamic vinegar on a plate, clearly getting in my Europe mode, they start to kind of come together, right? They start to get a little bit merged, not necessarily fully mixed, but just a little bit merged. And this is what starts to happen with our energy fields when we interact with people. Now, it does not always happen. Like, I really want you to know that. But it is definitely a lot more likely to happen if you are very sensitive to energy, or if you are a very empathetic person. As in, if when you are talking to somebody, you feel what they are feeling, or you kind of are putting yourselves in their shoes, like, or you are deeply connecting with them. These are the sort of scenarios where these things will start to impact us a lot more. And like I said, this isn't technically what's happening on an energetic level, but this is just a really good visual for how to kind of think about it. So when you're interacting with someone, it is very, very easy to be taking on their energy. And the way that this then affects us is that you aren't necessarily aware that, oh, that's that person's energy. That doesn't come into it. That awareness doesn't come into it unless you're doing this work. Anyway, Instead, what you might be actually feeling is their energy as your energy. So if, for example, and I think this is something that everybody can relate to, if, for example, someone is feeling really low and someone is going through a really difficult time, you might leave and you might be feeling low and you might not realize it's their energy. You might be then taking that on as your own. And this is like hands down something that I think everyone has felt, everyone has experienced, and this is something I see all the time. You know, someone's really low mood actually isn't their low mood, but the problem is you don't know it's not yours because it's not something that you can distinguish as someone else's. You very much feel it as your own because it's in your energy field, right? So it's not like something you're separated from. You got some of their blue going on in your pink and you don't realize, so it feels like yours. Now, what then kind of, I guess, really starts to confuse things is when you're doing this all the time. You're always interacting with people, you're deeply sensitive to energy, you're deeply empathizing with people, you are taking on all these people's energies. And so what then happens, and this is what I see the most, is when I connect with people, there's just so much, and the easiest word to use here is like cluttered energy in their energy field. And so the visual here would be that someone's got some blue, some red, some green, some yellow, some purple, some violet, some white, orange, all the colors of the rainbow plus everything in between going on in their energy field, and it's not even theirs. Now again, this isn't technically what's happening, but this is what it's like energetically. And so this person might be feeling low, they might be feeling a bit negative if that's what kind of energy they've been taking on, as in if you work somewhere where you're constantly exposed to low energy, then that's probably what you'll be feeling. But what I see a lot when someone's got a very cluttered energy is this feeling of like being stuck and confused, not having clarity, not sure where to go, not sure what their alignment is, because it's like all of these other energies are in their energy field. And like I said, you don't know that it's not yours. You're not aware that it's not your energy. It very much feels like your own, but it just feels heavy. It feels like there's a cloud above you and you don't know what way to go. It feels like you're just stuck, maybe even a bit stagnant. It just feels like there's a lot going on, a lot of busyness, a lot of confusion, right? Like a lot of confusion. And it all feels like yours, and this feels like your state, and it feels like your emotions. And like I said, it might be that you just feel really low and really, a lower frequency, and that could just be that that's because the sort of people that you have been interacting with. Equally, you might actually feel good because you are taking in energy from people that is a good energy, but you still might not be very clear on what's yours. You might not feel like you know your alignment, you know who you are, you know your authenticity, you know what path is yours. Like maybe one day you want to do one thing and the next day you want to do another. Again, this is kind of how this can manifest when there's just a lot going on in your energy field. Now, the people that kind of end up in this work and drawn to energy, drawn to spirit, drawn to spirituality, tend to be very sensitive. Like there's a reason that you're drawn to this work. That's because there's a part of you that is sensitive to this work. And so if you're listening to this, there is a very high chance, I'll just take a bet, that you are naturally empathetic. You naturally feel for other people. You feel a lot even for the collective, and that you are a sensitive being. And so everything I'm saying has probably happened to you at some point, if not, still is happening. So if you want to feel that really clear energy of who you are, like your energy signature, like your energy essence, if you want to feel clear on who you're stepping into, if you want to feel clear on like even how you're feeling and kind of like what you're processing and your goals and your dreams and which path you're going on, if you kind of want to feel lighter, and this is like honestly the number one thing that people feel after having a big energy clearing and they needed it, is they feel so much lighter and so much clearer. And you know what, even if you just want to increase your frequency and start increasing your vibration so that, you know, things are easier in your life and things are different in your life, then starting to look after your energy field and prioritizing your energy hygiene is going to be the greatest thing you can give time to, because it does all of this and more. And this is why I'm so passionate about it. And this is why I always talk about it, because it's one of those things that I have seen the effects of it too many times in my own work and in my own life to ever doubt the power of this. And I just kind of feel like it's not spoken about enough. I know a lot of people talk about energy field and the energy field even, and obviously our energy and our vibration, but it's like I just don't see enough emphasis on the importance of looking after your energy field, because it really is one of the greatest assets that you have, especially if you're looking to feel clear and get into alignment and feel better and just have, you know, lighter, clearer thoughts and awareness of where you're going and what you're doing and what your truth is and your authenticity. Like, all of these things come from a clean and clear energy field. And I also want to say that it's not even just in-person interactions with one person that's kind of affecting your energy field. If you go into a really crowded room or a crowded space, this is also affecting you. Like, whenever I get off of a train or a tube in London, can't say I'm excited to do that again, but whenever I do that, when I get off the train or off the tube, I can feel the energy on my energy. Whenever I go into a crowded space, you know, if it's an event or something like that, you know, even something like festivals, there's a lot of energy around. And of course you can still do these things, but it's then using these tools to cleanse your energy field afterwards, or looking after your energy field while you're doing it and protecting your energy field while you're doing these things is very, very important to keep you in your own energy, to keep you in balance, to keep you having that clean, light, clear feeling and having that kind of connection to your authenticity and your alignment. So yeah, just crowds of people, multiple people. I'm going to throw it out there, social media as well. This is a big culprit for your energy field getting cluttered. If you're following loads of people and they are all giving you their opinion and they are all kind of sharing their energy and really, you know, putting that on you, and you are, again, empathetic, you are sensitive to energy, this is all affecting you too. And so you have all of these opinions, all of these energies, all of these inputs and influences in your energy field. Like, you know, then the name influencer is perfect, because they literally are influencing you. The other thing as well, though, to really think about, and I have done an entire episode all on this, which I will put in the show notes, but is your environment is also affecting you. So, you know, people aren't the only things. This sounds weird calling a person a thing, but people aren't the only thing that has an energy field. Everything has an energy field. Everything. And so, you know, in that episode, I kind of talk about that and how your environment, meaning the space that you are in, whether that be your home, your room, your office, you know, whatever it might be, is also influencing you. And so, although your space isn't directly influencing you with opinions and thoughts, like, it is affecting your vibration and your frequency. So it's definitely something to also remember and think about as having a big impact and a big influence on how you are feeling, because it is also merging with your energy field. But I will put the whole episode about that in the show notes, so you can give that a listen, but it's only a few back from memory. So how energy field is important. In summary, our energy field is really important to look after and to really maintain energy hygiene. Now, as I kind of said at the beginning, I have recently released a new meditation to help you to cleanse your energy field. It also actually helps to rebalance your energy, your chakras as well. So it kind of actually works on a lot of different angles. And this meditation is actually different to the other meditation I have for cleansing your energy field because it's actually an energy transmission. So it is a lot more powerful. So I will put the link to listen to that in the show notes so that you can kind of actually feel that and receive that. And also I think that you can kind of get an idea of the visualization just to help you cleanse your energy field in future. So that is available for you to actually start kind of actually feeling the impact of this work instantly. Now, the other things that I want to share that you can do to kind of help support yourself with your energy is to getting into the practice of cleansing and protecting your energy daily. So the first meditation that I actually released for cleansing your energy field is still available. It's in the same library as the new one. So like the link will give you access to both of these, but this one's just called Cleanse and Protect Your Energy. And this meditation actually takes you through the visualization and the process that you need to do in order to actually just cleanse and protect your own energy. So once you've listened a few times, like you probably won't need the meditation, you'll kind of get the gist of it and you'll be able to just do it yourself on a daily basis. And this is such a great practice to get into. Like truly, if you can do this every day, like you will start to feel the effects of doing it every day. And you know, when you listen to that, you will kind of see and get an idea of how simple it actually gets to be. Like energy is easy to actually shift because it is all intention. Our intention is kind of what directs energy. And it's almost like we are bringing this awareness and this consciousness to energy and what we want it to do. And so when we're setting intentions through words, through thoughts, or through visualization, we are actually directing and telling energy what we want it to do. And this is kind of what this practice is doing in that meditation. And so it is actually really simple to look after our energy, but it's only like once we get awareness of why we need to do this and why it's important and what we can do, that, you know, we can actually start just using these really simple practices. So that is there available for you. Honestly, I would just say both of those meditations are insanely great places to start and they are free. So I've already said, but I'll put the link in the show notes for those. There are many other intentions that you can set. I also share a lot of kind of invocations and intentions on my Instagram. Like you might see if you kind of follow me, but there's lots of intention setting in terms of it will say at the top, like repeat after me, and there's some words that you can say to kind of do practices like this. They're also a great thing to kind of go to and save for when you want to use them or write them down in your journal until you've kind of memorized what to say. But they're also great ways of, again, setting intentions and telling the energy what you want it to do so that you can kind of return to your own energy. Now, the other amazingly great tool for supporting your energy is energy healing. And obviously you can get energy healing from someone else, as in like you could book one with me if you feel like you need a reset. Like if you feel like, you know, maybe the meditations aren't really shifting that much and you want a really good reset for your energy, you know, have a look at my one-on-one sessions. I'll put a link in the show notes. That could be a great thing to do to really come back to your own energy, and then kind of the meditations and the practices and the intention setting will have a lot more effect on you. But also you can learn energy healing yourself. Like energy healing is not something that is reserved for people that are kind of quote healers. Like everyone, this is a solid belief within me, everyone can channel healing energy. Like it is your innate birthright to be able to do that. Everyone can channel a high frequency energy. And that is what energy healing is ultimately, you know. So Reiki is one frequency that you can channel. There's obviously other frequencies you can also channel. But essentially, energy healing is where you are channeling a higher frequency energy through you, through your channel, like you are a vessel. And it is going into either yourself, if you're doing it on yourself, or it is going into the person you're doing it for. And so this is a great tool. A great tool to learn, not only for actually looking after your energy field and everything that I've spoken about, but also just endless reasons. Like, it is truly one of the greatest tools for our personal development, for our intuitive development, for looking after and managing, mastering your emotions, how you feel about yourself, how you view yourself, your inner beliefs. Like, oh my goodness, it is truly an incredible tool. And what I love about energy healing is it doesn't just clear your energy field. It doesn't just kind of cleanse it, but it also charges it back up. And this is the other thing to do with kind of energy hygiene, I guess. Like, if you think of it a little bit like skincare, I love analogies, I really do. But like, if you think about it a little bit like skincare, you know, you got your cleanser, which is cleaning your energy field and cleansing your energy field. But then you want to kind of bring something into it, right? You want to replenish your skin as well. And this is the thing with energy. It's not about just cleansing your energy. You also want to be bringing in a higher frequency. This is how you start to actually shift your vibration. This is how you actually start to really shift your inner world and start to experience different things and stepping more into your higher self, right? So cleansing your energy is just kind of like getting rid of the cloudiness, so to speak. But we actually want to be infusing ourselves with a much higher frequency. This is how we actually start to step more into a higher timeline, into our higher selves, and ultimately into a different reality. So it's not just about the cleanser, the same as our skincare is what I'm getting at here. It's also about adding in something, replenishing ourselves. So it's like the moisturizing level. You then want to oh, the analogy just gets better and better. We would then want to add SPF, right? And that's what's going to protect us. So that's your protection practices. So you want to cleanse, you want to kind of infuse and replenish, and then you also want to protect yourself. So Reiki or energy healing is kind of ticking all of those boxes, because you cleansing your energy field naturally happens, but Reiki is a much higher frequency. And so you are also, like I said, really bringing a much higher vibration into you, which is where you start to get a lot of inner shifts, a lot of inner transformation, and actually things start changing around you. Like you start to feel like a different person because of it. And when you do it regularly, and you do have to do it regularly, I also want to say that. So yeah, I mean, energy healing, I always feel is hands down the best practice and the best tool for your energy field. I really, really do feel that. And for your energy in general, like your vibration in general. You know, if you follow me on Instagram, I always talk about all the things that the energy healing can do for you. So that's something to think about, is if, you know, you want to, learn that tool for yourself, or if you would prefer to receive that from someone else, if you're feeling called to energy healing. My doors are currently closed with my courses, with my Reiki courses, my energy healing courses, but they will probably be opening next month, I believe, maybe later on next month. So there is a wait list there for you to add your email address and stuff, and I will contact you when it's back open. So that is an option there for you. That really is. And honestly, I mean, I know I say this a lot on my Instagram, but I just really feel like energy healing, learning to do it yourself, is the greatest tool for all of this work, for so many reasons. So they're great places to start. Like I said, the meditations, learning how to protect, learning how to cleanse yourself, energy healing, and also the invocations I've shared on my Instagram. So there's some places that you can look to. There's also other ways of cleansing your energy field. And these are some things that you might be already quite familiar with. Things like ultimately using the elements, right? So things like sacred smoke. So this is where you would burn kind of like sage or Palo Santo with the intention though. So these things aren't actually going to do anything unless you are working with an intention at the same time. These things are also great for kind of cleansing spaces as well. You can also use water. Water is a powerful cleanser. So, if you live by a lake or by the sea, getting in a body of water is a powerful, powerful energy cleanser. Again, you kind of want the intention to be cleansing your energy field, but also don't kind of underestimate really having an intentional shower. I'm saying like not just having a shower, obviously you already do that, hopefully, or a bath, but intentionally having a shower and setting the intention that that shower is cleansing away any energy that is not yours. Again, intention is the key to working with energy. So if you are not setting an intention, if you don't have a purpose for doing what you're doing, it isn't going to do anything on its own. But this is a great way of really supporting your energy field and maintaining it more so. Also, kind of moving away from the elements, but there's lots of ways you can work with the elements. But things like sound, music, things like tuning forks, these are incredible ways. So like, if you have a gong bath, for example, incredible way of really supporting your energy field, because it is literally vibrating around you, like it is going to change your energy field. You can do the same thing yourself with tuning forks, or also with music, like frequency music, not just like pop music or something, but like actual frequency music is incredible as well for actually shifting the state of your space and your energy field. I will put in the show notes the playlist that I listen to do that. I think it's a really great playlist. But frequency music essentially is really powerful. But yeah, music is great. What I would also say though, just to bear in mind, this is something that I only started to realize the more I did this work and the more sensitive to energy I've become, is, be aware when you're in a group setting with this work, right? Because I have left many times a sound healing with a more cluttered and busy energy field than I went in with, because there were so many people, and there were so many people feeling a lot and processing a lot and cleansing a lot, and it was a lot of energy. So it's also something to really bear in mind when you do these things in a class. They're great, but I would say try to go to classes that are not packed full, or if you go, kind of protect yourself from other people, like get a space where you're not as surrounded by people. These are just some things to really think about if you're very sensitive to energy. Like, it might seem really obvious, or it might even seem quite like, oh, as if that would matter, but it does. I can assure you it does. So that's just another thing to think about if you want to do kind of like sound healings and stuff, but when you're with lots of people. But yeah, I mean, look, there's some great kind of things to think about in terms of cleansing your energy field. And when it comes to protecting your energy field, like the meditation, the first meditation I did for cleansing and protecting your energy does take you through like a visualization and intention setting to help you protect your energy. But there are lots of other visualizations that you can do to help protect your energy as well. I think one of the most common ones that people like and enjoy using are like just visualizing yourself in a bubble, and kind of having that awareness essentially that other people are separate to you energetically speaking, and kind of visualizing that when you're interacting with people. Even if you're on social media, like imagining your phone having a bubble around it and then you having a bubble around it. It's just kind of having the intention of separating your energy field to other people's. It's a very, very powerful intention and stance to take that will actually impact your energy. So yeah, visualizing a bubble around you, around the person that you're interacting with, or like your phone or the TV even, do you know what I mean? Like kind of really visioning you being separate to whatever it is that you're interacting with. This is another kind of easy, simple way to start protecting yourself. But there really are just so many visualizations that you could do to protect yourself. Like honestly, there's so many out there, and it's just kind of finding one that feels good for you, feels fun for you. The main thing with visualizations is they are just adding that kind of extra layer to intention setting. And what I do also say is it's good to change it up. It's good to change your cleansing and protecting practices up regularly, because it brings more intention to them. So that's another thing just to also think about. Like, if you're doing it but you've been doing the same one for a year, like, I just really invite you just to change it. Like, find a new one, pick a new one, pick a new visualization. Like, if you do the bubbles now, maybe visualize a cloak around you, or, you know, a circle of your guides around you protecting you, like bodyguards. Like, change it up, because it really does bring more intention to it. It really does. So yeah, hopefully that gives you some good kind of places to start with looking after your energy field, and gives you a little bit of context as to why this is really important, and kind of how it might be getting affected right now by other people or by your environment. If you don't really know where to start, I would just start with the meditations. That would be my biggest suggestion, and then go from there. But honestly, if you have any questions, if you have anything you want to ask me, please just send me a message on Instagram, or you can send me an email. I'll make sure my information is in the show notes. But yeah, my DMs are always open, so please ask away if you're confused about anything, or if you want some support, or some direction in terms of what to start with. But yeah, hopefully this has, like I said, given you some context as to why we work with the energy field and the ways that it could be affecting you right now. And honestly, I think the most beautiful thing to always, always, always remember when it comes to energy is that energy can shift in an instant. And that is always the most empowering thing to always remember, because energy is impacting our emotions, it is impacting how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about what we're doing, how we feel about the world, how we feel about life. Like, it impacts everything. And so just remember that it just takes one little shift with your energy field, with your energy, with your frequency, with your vibration, and everything you are thinking and feeling can change. And that is always just the most beautiful thing to always remember. I really do feel that. And I have seen it time and time and time and time and time and time and time again, times infinity. So again, it's a solid, I don't even want to say belief, it's a fact, I know. So yes, I also just wanted to remind you that. So yes, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Hopefully this has given you some tools to start with as well, to actually start supporting yourself and your energy if this isn't something that you're doing already. And yeah, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And thank you for being here again. And I hope to have you back for the next episode so very soon. Sending you lots of love.